You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the fight as Carapace, Rex, Magnum, Wildstrike, and Sweet Spot fight their way through Iacon's underworld against criminal empires and a movement determined to bring an end to the Cybertronian Confederation.
Welcome back, everyone, to Empire of Rust, the one, the only, the singular, one and only Transformers RPG podcast. Thank you all for joining us again, and I will keep this intro short and sweet. That is it.
Yay!
Wow. I said short and sweet, everyone, so that meant short and sweet.
Well, it was definitely short.
We want to work on the sweet part.
Yeah, I get in on it. I was there.
Just a little bit longer than that. You can always find us on Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are now on Amazon Podcasts. So yes, please go ahead and subscribe to whichever service is best for you. And why don't you leave us a 5-star review? It'll only help more people hear about us. And of course, you want more people to hear about us, right?
You want more people to hear about us.
The intro just got a little less sweet.
With that being said, welcome to episode 42 of Empire of Rust.
The answer to life and everything.
Do you guys actually know the story behind that? It's actually kind of brilliant. So he was a really big geek, computer scientist and stuff like that. So I think I'm not sure what the base language is, one of the early ones, like assembly or something. Like whenever it is that you use a character, you have to assign a number to give it. So 42 represented an asterisk. And an asterisk in that coding language meant whatever you wanted it to be.
Yes.
So the fact that a supercomputer was asked, what is the purpose of life? Its answer was 42. Whatever you wanted it to be.
Speaking of being whatever you want it to be, you can all be what you want to be because you all just leveled up to level 5.
So what if I want to be level 6?
Yeah, it's whatever we want to be, right? Come on, guys. You know what? I'll pick level 7. I'm fine with being in the low grade.
Then why are you going so low on this? Why are you sticking the bombs here? Why don't you just go for like level 40, 50? There's an infinite number.
Let's be realistic.
You have infinite numbers, Adam. Infinite. You could be level 1 million. Have you done the math?
Yeah, but 7 is the lucky number.
But 1 is the loneliest number.
Huh? Yes. Which is why you're 2. You have 2 bots with you.
Pat, I know you've done the math.
Yes.
A level 1 million character. What's that look like?
I mean, it's pretty much exactly what you think it is. I mean, it's
anything
silly.
I want it to be.
Well, I mean, it's you're more than 20th level in every possible class ever. I mean, it's the wrong scale. Let's just say that,
It means you're the DM.
It's like, how strong are you? Well, I'm fighting the ocean. Okay, well, I'm
fighting the ocean on every planet with tides.
It's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate because you lose that.
Sweet Spot, you are not infinite level. You are, in fact, just level 5, which is nowhere near infinite.
That's all right. 5 is very much alive. I like 5. 5 can jive. I'm part of the hive.
Tell me, what's level 5 look like for Sweets?
Well, let me tell you. There was a little bit of a bump up for stamina points and hit points, as is normal. Oh, a grand old thing. Ability scores increase at level 5. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I chose not to increase my dexterity, although it is my highest stat. And I worked on my weak points, several of them at least. So my constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma have all gone up by 2.
Pretty impressive.
I know a little bit more. I understand it a little bit more. And people like me for it.
You keep telling yourself that.
I do. And if not, I can get over it because I got a pretty good constitution too. Well, not really. But it's more like an average by now. Of course, that means a few more skill points here and there. Maxing out the ones I've been maxing out the whole time.
Any cool abilities?
So, I picked up Evasion 1.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, I did not have evasion before.
What does evasion do?
Oh, evasion, very nice. It allows me, if I am about to take damage from an effect that requires a reflex saving throw, that if I make the saving throw, I actually take no damage at all. I completely avoid the effect. If I fail, I still take the full amount. So it's all or nothing, which is the story of my life.
Nice.
So what you're saying is I can't hit you with grenades anymore, can I?
Oh, you can hit me with grenades. But if I am able to dodge them, I will not be affected by them at all.
I gotcha. It seems legit.
Evasion's awesome. It really is.
Yeah. Evasion 2 is even better, but we'll get to that when I get that.
Garapus, what did you do for level 5? Sweet Spot, your time in the sun is done.
Ooh.
Okay. I understand that completely. I'm from Velocitron.
Well, a lot of stuff happened. I'm pleased to say that when my hit points and stamina points are added together, I am now more than 100. So that's pretty sexy. As far as stats go, my strength, dex, con, and intelligence all went up by 2. So that's a just kind of cross the board betterness. My armor class went up. All of my attacks went up. So actually what's really nice is I've been primarily a ranged person. So one of the class ability that I chose this time is called Blaster Mode 2, which increases all of my ranged attacks by 1. But that coupled with my increase in base attack bonus and dexterity is all of my ranged attacks went up by 3 this level, which is nasty. Coupled with that, the feat that I chose for this level is called multi-shooting. And what multi-shooting does is anytime I use a full attack in order to make, more than 1, normally it's 2, I can make an additional attack at still -4. So now I can make 3 attacks at -4 as opposed to 2 attacks at -4.
Does that go up over time? The number of attacks you can make?
You could take that feat multiple times. So if later on I will be bristling with weapons and I can just kind of blast everything all at once if I choose not to move, which is probably coming.
Carapace, shoot everything.
I know, right? Lastly, obviously lots of skill points, but our powers actually leveled up as well. So in addition to like any duration or ranges going up, we can now use them an additional time per day. So that's really exciting.
So things like your reflecting armor and Sweet Spot's
missile.
Force missile.
Yep.
So instead of just 1 time per day, now you get a 2 times per day.
Correct.
Power. So excellent. Nicely chosen. Wild Strike. Now, Wild Strike, you're kind of different here because I think this is going to be the first actual full level you get to play.
Right? Well, we'll see about that. So for Wild Strike, one of the soldier class abilities gives him a +1 boost to armor class, which is always nice. The ability that I chose was Mark's Mech 3, which allows me to do a single attack as a full action and apply an additional 1d10 damage on top of the Mark's Mech 1 1d8 damage.
What?
Yeah.
So you're dealing a 1d8 and a 1d10 in addition to your normal damage.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
Ooh. Yes.
I love it.
Who wrote this broken system?
Right? As far as ability increases, my Dex, Con, Charisma, and Wisdom all went up by 2. And for my feat, I took Quick Transform, which allows me to transform once per round as a free action.
Oh, that's so sick.
Very nice.
Can't you do that during other actions that you're taking too? Or is that something else?
That's something else.
And lastly, Magnum and Pythagoras.
I'm just discovering that I didn't know how ability scores increase in Starfinder, apparently.
That's right. This is your first and only Starfinder game.
Yeah, I just saw that,
So
and I just added 1 to something.
No, it's if the stat is 16 or lower, you add 2.
You pick 4, right?
And you do
pick
that
4 of them, right?
And you do that to 4 stats. Yep, and it's based off of your primary mode.
Yeah. All right.
And no, you can't increase 1 4
Correct.
times.
Yeah, they have to be different stats.
Yep, I've just been going through it and making adjustments. So what did I do? I mean, you got stronger, more dexterous, and even more charming than usual.
Ooh.
You're harder too, aren't you?
Yep.
By the
Yeah,
new
well, I don't
rules?
know if we want to discuss that, but we had Mike worked out an updated system to deal with the hardness of a structure mode. So now there's a certain level of hardness you gain every level in your alt form. In sensor bays gain 1.5 hardness a level. Defense towers gain 4 hardness a level. So it's a significant jump up. So as a defense tower, I will now have a 20 hardness, which I sense I'm going to need because he also still going to get hit by everything that comes his way.
And hardness is essentially just damage taken right off the top of every attack.
Yeah, pretty
physical
much.
attacks, energy-based attacks. It's just, it kind of represents how thick the walls are of a building.
Basically, how much damage you have to do before you can do any damage at all, regardless of source. He also took, for his character abilities, he bumped up his Headmaster bonus to +3, and he took an ability called... That's Expand Mind 1, which bumps it up to 3, and then tech ability called Mental Acuity 2, which basically lets him add his Headmaster bonus to attack rolls.
That's sick.
So, and bumping it up to 3 also increases all his skill checks by 1 as well.
That's great.
And I think that's it.
What power do you have?
He has Supercharged Weapon.
All right, so now you can do that twice.
I can?
Yep, at 5th level, we gain the ability to use it twice.
All right. I obviously have to do some rereading because I didn't know that. And I don't think I updated my Resolve. Can you guys remind me about how you update Resolve?
Half your level plus your primary stat.
Rounded up.
Rounded up.
Put it up,
Yep.
so...
Oh, is it rounded up?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I think I have 8 then.
Should be 3 plus your primary stat.
Yeah.
3
I have
plus
another
your
one.
primary stat modifier, I assume.
Yep.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's 7 now instead of 5. That's good. Pythagoras did not go up at all because he only goes up on even levels.
Oh,
How odd.
if he knew the answer to that question, he could go up every level.
Now, one thing that I didn't talk to you guys about, but is very appropriate considering that you just finished up a Combiner-themed chapter, is that Wild Strike, Carapace, and Sweet Spot, as a bonus feat, you guys get the Combiner feat.
Ah, sickness.
Now, you still need 5 people in order to form a Combiner, but you might be able to kind of work around it if that's the case. So
Can we have a space Craigslist, like a Craigslist?
Craigslist. I thought the combiner rules had made allowances for different amounts.
They have a 4-part one, but it's less.
I like the idea of a 5 Combiner. It works for me, and it works for all of you too.
Because he's the DM. And he says it does.
I attempt to combine. Oh, it fails. I attempt again. Oh, sorry. You lost your cod piece this time.
For Transformers, it's not important.
Just walking around with your servos hanging out.
You're talking to a guy that has painted on headlights, you know.
Maybe that's okay for
Not
Sweet
painted
Spot.
on.
Sorry, stickers. Pardon me.
Although they sounded a lot like Velcro whenever Rex was around.
Yes, they are fake.
That's it. I'm buying me some headlights. First chance we get. I'm going under the wrench.
I'll get the duct tape.
No more tape.
Duct tape and a couple flashlights.
No more adhesive strips. That's actually how I worked out lighting on the Kaon Star during my death-defying chase scene.
A taped flashlight. Well, you're not going to have the chance to go under the wrench anytime soon because you are still hiding out from the authorities, and you managed to get Wheeljack involved in your trouble. So just to remind everyone, last time you had convinced Wheeljack to meet you clandestinely in a factory that is kind of in the middle of Metroplex, in the middle of Iacon, and you were grilling Wheeljack with plenty of questions, all while resting comfortably inside Magnum's smoking room.
Is that because it's on fire or because it was set aside as a place for him to smoke?
Oh.
Which is odd because he wouldn't be able to use it while he's transformed as a building.
A little column A, little column B, I think.
They're all smoking rooms.
I see.
If you want to not smoke, you have to go outside to not smoke.
Carapace, you're still standing at the door to the factory, but you look behind you and you look at Magnum's form, and there's smoke coming out of the windows.
I mean, that's not atypical, so... Like, he has a chimney, right?
Sure, we'll go with that.
A chimney with a Marlboro symbol on it.
Okay, well, here you guys are, speaking with Wheeljack. So, what do you want to do?
Nerds.
All right, well, we need a way to detect these buggers and a way to preferably disable them from people, preferably at range.
That range would be helpful.
And you need to grow some sense. I guess you didn't realize
Nonsense.
how dangerous things were beforehand, but...
You're not in the room, you're over at the door.
I know, but
He's
I
on
have
comms. He's on comms.
Magnum's translating. Carapace says you need to grow some sense. What are we talking about? I got plenty of sense.
We may need to override them as well. Give our own commands.
Ooh,
That's scary.
that would be, what he said. Scary.
I can toss something together to help you get the to detect them. Sure, I can do that.
Could you
But
build
as far
something
as-
skillfully, as opposed to, like, tossing things together?
Magnum, do not repeat that.
Like, we don't need the kludge tool to save the world, you know?
Carapace says you're pretty.
He likes your mouth lights.
Well,
I was like, why did he say mouth lights? Oh, yeah, because Wheeljack doesn't have a mouth.
You're so expressive.
Certainly got
Yeah,
a pretty mouth lights.
they are my best feature, you know.
It's hypnotic when you talk.
He's turning his head side to side.
Can we tell if these are new or if these are like leftovers or copies or originals?
Yeah, these are most likely copies. Bombshell, he hasn't. I haven't seen any new ones come up. I haven't heard anything about that. It's likely someone took his designs and just iterated on them.
All right, since it's obviously not new, it must be countermeasures. And even can we create a jammer? How do these things receive commands, and what are they sensitive to?
If I remember right, whatever command is issued to the bot that has these, the Cerebro shell will just take that and say, "All right, this is what I have to do. These are the commands I have." It's not really like it's not sent a signal or anything. It's not like it's not like transmitting. It's self-contained.
They are susceptible to suggestion. Is that what you're saying?
Only if the Cerebro shell recognizes the person who's speaking is the person who has authority to command. In this case, with Bombshell, it was generally him. I don't recall him ever granting authority to anyone else.
Do we have any recordings of Bombshell's voice?
I don't, but I'm sure you can find some on the net somewhere.
That would be interesting to get some recorded voice prints of his and reconfigure them into a command that we can just play at will.
Do you know if the control have like a radius? Like, do they have to be near the thing that they control, or is it like interplanetary or even galactic?
But I get the impression that it's sort of like it's like the device is on the person, and once it's on them, they take commands from whoever's allowed to give them commands, and then they go wherever they can go wherever, right?
Right.
So it's not mind control at a distance. It's they're like, oh, there's like they're almost like sleepers. Like, they'll do what they're supposed to do, but as soon as the person who has the authority is within range and tells them something, it'll obey.
Yep.
Okay.
Can more than one person be authorized to use these?
Usually it'd be whoever created the Cerebro shell, with the one who's who has that command, has that authority, but I'm sure that someone could. If Bombshell was around and he did make these, then he could tell whoever it was to obey the commands. And he could, if he was in person, he could just tell the bot who has the shell to obey someone else.
Okay.
So is the receiver audio? Like if they have to say the thing, or is it mental? Is it radio waves, radiation, lasers? This is coming from somebody smarter than Carapace?
Voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo, yeah. Entanglement, spooky motion at a distance.
Magic. Symbolism.
And
Plot.
Can the shells be ordered to shut down?
Yeah, like if they have, like if we make a sound wave, will that all of a sudden interfere with it? Will it?
You think that what you found out before, the significant electrical discharges directly to it will disrupt its control.
Okay.
And you don't think it's in like an auditory thing where it's listening for the command, listening for the person who made it, like a radio frequency that the creator kind of just sends off when they're near. It could be something as more complicated, like a subspace signal.
Right.
But either way, Wheeljack doesn't think it's going to be easy to duplicate something like that. There's there's too many possibilities.
Yeah, I was more like about interfering it. Like, could we set up static so that commands can't be given near us?
He thinks that the best solution for short-term disabling is electrical discharge.
Okay. EMP.
He will tell you this. If you want to bring this over to Fixit, he'll actually, I think, have a better idea of how to get these things off safely, maybe even how to disrupt it even better. This is more of a medical device than my specialties.
Oh.
Would it be possible for you to contact him?
You want me to call Fixit? Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Can you tell him that it's possible that Fixit's already under control himself to have like some modicum of tact?
Right.
Yeah, we have to be careful. He might be under control, and we have to free him before he can help us, just in case.
Right.
So be casual.
But if he thinks he's just meeting Wheeljack here, and not all of us, then it's possible that if he is being controlled, maybe he'll only show up with a small contingent of people.
Also, because it was never said, and this could just be like long game sort of shit, but can we check Wheeljack to make sure he doesn't have one?
Do you want to do that overtly, or do you want to be subtle about it?
Well, also, I'm not there for this.
Who is doing it?
I can check him. He's literally inside me, so, I mean... I could look him over from every angle at this point.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check then.
Was it medicine
That
last
was
time?
perception.
So you're not trying to okay, so you're just trying to notice it right now.
I'm trying to notice. I'm not trying to diagnose him.
Okay, sorry, my apologies. Perception then.
Could I attempt to use bluff to point things out to Wheeljack to make him kind of like bend over and take a closer look at something?
Oh, I dropped my pencil.
Magnum so that Magnum can get a better look at his neck.
Sure.
Can I make a bluff check to aid Magnum?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Alrighty. Here it comes. 23. That gives you a +4, I believe.
Look at those velvety drapes over there.
Oh, my.
Pat, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Yeah, whoa. That almost went terribly. Jesus Christ, these things are on fucking fire. I have a 31.
All right. And Sweet Spot, give me a perception check, please.
Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Boom. 19.
All right. Good.
It's actually it's +2 above that if it's listening because of my shotgun microphone adaptation.
That's fair. Nothing to worry about, Sweets.
All right.
Magnum.
31 for perception.
You can very clearly see that his neck looks clear.
All right. The canary is not available.
So you're saying there's nothing on his neck?
The Roadrunner has left town.
You can say that. You can say that on comms.
Oh, okay. On comms. Nothing on his neck, guys.
Well, then we know his his suggestion to go to Fixit is sincere.
Yeah, I would say so. I think, okay, we just have to figure out a way to meet him safely.
If you don't stop him, he's already kind of like has his arm up and is ready to turn his communicator on and
let me
start talking to him.
Let me do the communication. You can use that phone over there in the corner.
Is that a payphone?
There's a jar quarters on the side.
I see that.
You need to breathe cigar smoke into it to use it.
How may I direct your call?
Please deposit 13,000 parts per million of burnt tobacco.
You must have at least this much cancer to use this phone.
All right, anyway, what are you saying?
When he walks over to the corner, he suddenly becomes all black and white.
It's very expensive adding those kind of lights.
I was gonna say, was that noir?
Noir lamps.
More like old noir.
All right, but he can use. I'll set him up with a secure communication. Just rattle the receiver a couple times.
So yeah, he'll go ahead and contact Fixit. And what do you want to have him tell him?
Just that. Come up with a non-urgent, a plausible sounding reason to meet him alone, and get him over here if you could. You guys want him to try to get him to come here or somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe not here because Wheeljack kind of tipped the hat coming in camera side. So there may be people on their way here already. We don't know.
Maybe have them meet us in like a cafe or something. I don't know.
One of the many energon holes?
Yeah.
I'd say the less populated, the better, because we don't know who or how many people have these things that are just going to be like in the movie, they live just instantly calling and ratting us out.
Wheeljack gives Fixit a call and pretty much asks him to, hey, can you, he uses what sounds like an old kind of like Autobot like code for whenever someone is listening in. And he asks Fixit if he can meet him at, we'll say he favors an Energon kind of bar, like about a couple blocks away.
All right.
Not Blur's, don't worry.
That's McAdams.
Also, not Rebar's place.
Nope, that's destroyed.
It's Rebar now.
I think we left it standing, didn't we?
I'd like to hope that it went down in flames sometime after we left.
Remember, you shot the electrical panel out there.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, through no fault of our own, by the way.
Very combustible.
But yeah, he'll arrange the meeting in 3 hours' time.
All right, so
You got mind control bugs. You must fix it. I can't think of a second one fast enough. Fuck.
all right, so how are we going to approach this? Obviously, we can't all be sitting there in the bar. Well, I suppose we could, but I mean that probably wouldn't work. Carapace, can you sneak in there with your little detention deflectors? Or
Do I see anything?
So yeah, Carapace over at the front door. You are keeping an eye on stuff.
Yeah.
And you notice something in the sky.
No.
It's not a ship. It's not a bot. It looks like it could be a drone of some kind.
Is it Lucy? Does she have diamonds?
Like a living drone? Like, is it a transformer, or is it just like a piece of technology?
You're going to make a life science check for that.
Didn't put extra things.
Screw that. Just shoot
8.
it. Just shoot it to be sure.
Paul.
8. You're not certain.
How approximately how far away is it?
It would be about 4 to 5 blocks, like several hundred feet. You think that if you move quickly, you can get out of line of sight of it as it starts to come closer to you. But you do not think it's spotted you yet.
Okay. Well, I will hide and try to lure it closer, and then I will try to take it out. But I will let the others know quietly that I think I see a drone.
Do you think it's looking for us, or
All right, meeting adjourned.
and we should just let it
I
go
think
by?
it would be
or-
foolish to assume not to.
Okay.
You don't.
Chances are very good that our good friend here was under surveillance, and they're trying to get a closer look at what he's doing here.
He should probably leave on his own.
Agreed.
Like, is there something that we can take from this factory that would be appropriate for him to have? That it's like, oh right, I forgot my wrench, and then like now have him come out. I mean, he's like
It's a factory.
Just pick up a toolbox and fill it with pieces of metal.
I mean, you could certainly pick up something that looks appropriate for someone who is watching, but it's... I mean, if they know Wheeljack, then they're going to know it's not his. So it'll fool a casual observer, but not someone who is specifically...
looking for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys actually at disguising yourselves? I know we're Transformers, but, it's...
I've actually just gotten a little bit better.
I did as well.
How about that?
Well, no one probably recognizes my new form either. So,
I mean, you can't walk down the street as a building, though.
I can try.
Can't you?
No, I can't.
You do have a pretty distinctive look as a bot. Like, so incredibly distinctive.
Thank you very much.
I'll give it to you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I was going to take it anyway.
Okay, well, I think I will go out the door that was cameraless that we had entered by, and I'll let everyone know that I'm going to head stealthily over to the next meeting place to make sure to scout it out before arrival. The rest of you figure out how you're going to get there.
Alrighty.
Before you do that, I will ask you to come to me, or I will private comms you.
Okay, I can, you're still inside, just at the door, so I can do that. No problem.
What do you want me to do with this thing that I'm carrying?
Protect it, and do not let it get restored.
Understood. Thank you, that's all.
Okay, and I'll see you at the next spot. I will leave and transform, and stealthily make my way.
Give me a quick stealth check.
Not a problem. Everything I do is quick. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
That's what the hooker bot said. Rob would have appreciated that joke.
Yep, he would have. But then again, he would have depreciated that joke as well. My stealth check is 20.
All right. Think you're good?
Maybe since I am sort of distinctive, we could, if we split up, maybe I could just lead them off the trail. Let it follow me.
Well, yeah, on comms, I'll suggest that if you let Wheeljack leave first, Carapace can see if that drone follows him or continues here. That might just obliterate the problem altogether.
Agreed.
Of course, we still have to keep Wheeljack from being followed.
Is there any paint in this factory?
No. Plenty of metal plates and stuff, though.
Epoxy?
High or low good for you?
I sense an 18 montage coming up. Bum, bum, bum.
High or low good for you?
High.
Rolled a 19. So, yep, there's some epoxy.
All right. Time to get disguising.
So you guys let Wheeljack head out first. Carapace, you keep an eye on the drone as he leaves. You notice that the drone picks him up almost immediately, and it looks like it is following him.
Okay.
Not great.
Let's be honest, it's probably the best result you could have expected.
Yeah, I was like, now we know,
Yeah.
And it's a likely thing.
Yeah, Wild Strike, can you zip in and take that thing out?
Nose first.
Actually, do we even need Wheeljack at that meeting? He set it up. We're going to meet the guy there, and obviously we'll check him out before disclosing anything. Do we even need Wheeljack there?
We do.
That's good. Tell him to just go back to do his ordinary stuff, home. And he'll be completely innocuous looking. Clever. All right, I'll open communication with them, I guess. Can we tell them right now, or?
Yes, go for Wheeljack. Who is this? Magnum? We're just talking to you. What's going on?
Hello. Yeah, you picked up a bogey. You probably just want to go about your normal business instead of going to the meeting. We'll meet up with them. We don't want you to bring unwanted attention on the meeting. If you know what I mean.
Right.
But if you just do your ordinary stuff,
and it's to keep himself.
You'll be fine. Nobody will think anything odd.
Obviously, ordinary stuff includes making a long-distance EMP thing that will, just disable these bugs.
Yeah, but that looks like what he does every day. You know?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Get my drift.
I gotcha. Bot's the word.
It's like, sir, the drone says that he was playing with uranium. Whoa, that's crazy. Well, he's actually a radiologist at a nuclear missile silo, so that's actually normal. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. As you were.
As you were.
Right. All right. I guess that just remains for us to get to our meeting place.
Yeah.
Depending on what Sweet Spot sees over there.
All right, Sweet Spot.
Yep.
You drive up to this bar, this kind of out of the way bar, and you know it's not a bad place. It's no McAdams, certainly,
Nope.
but it's nowhere near as skeevy looking as Rebar's old place.
Okay, so nice middle ground.
Nice middle ground, yeah. You see that it is called the Bolt and Gear.
Bolt and gear. Mm.
And as you quietly walk into the front door, you see a bartender kind of towards the back, and you see two other patrons off to the side of the bar. They look like they're just doing kind of typical bar stuff, just getting themselves a drink, chatting a little bit. And give me a perception.
Okay, before I went inside, I did want to take a lap around the block.
Oh, of course.
I was using stealth first to avoid being noticed, and then perception to notice anything that might be out of place, bots in a sort of like a stakeout kind of position, or cameras or drones or anything like that. So my first stealth check for that was a 22.
Okay.
To stay unnoticed going around the block. And then perception was a 19 before going inside. If that's okay, I will make another perception as requested for the inside.
Looks fairly, doesn't look like anything is suspicious. There's no bots kind of hanging around. There's no one kind of like offline in the alley, kind of like stuck on like on circuit speeders or something like that. So yeah, seems okay. You're in a decent part of town. Like I said, it's not high end, but it's not skeevy either. So
right. All right. Second perception for the inside, coming right up. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a 28. Look at that. I spot it all.
Sweetly too.
Yeah, sweet spotting. Sweet spotting.
You notice kind of everything I had said before, and off towards the back, you see a bot. In one of the furthest back booths, he is kind of sitting with his back away from you, so he can see the front door. But he is kind of cloaked in shadow a little bit. He looks like he is taking effort to not be noticed, which is very difficult because it is a blindingly white bot, and you recognize him as Fixit because you saw him during the ministers' meeting, and he was the bot that helped Magnum when he shoved the spark that Carapace brought up from the depths of Cybertron.
Define help.
Indeed. Rubber gloves. I will, before he notices me, quickly step to a position in the bar where I can keep an eye on both him and the entry door. And then I will, when I'm sure I am not being observed, I will communicate through comms with the others that I have arrived, the exterior looks clear. Fixit is already here and is off in the corner. We might want Wheeljack to give him a quick heads up that he can't make the meeting, someone else will once we're all arrived outside.
I don't know if we want to give him the heads up. We don't know if we want to warn him.
If we don't, is he going to panic if he's not controlled? I mean, are we looking to avoid
we do
fight,
know
or
him
just
slightly.
To hell with it.
It's not like we're strangers, completely.
Right, but he's also expecting Wheeljack. Think if any one of us were in his position and we're told to meet in secret, and then the person who set up the meeting is not the one that shows.
Good point.
I mean, let's just do it as we're walking in.
It's a risk.
Like you reach out to Wheeljack, have Wheeljack call him and say, "Hey, I'm talking to you right now, and I'm sending somebody that will walk in now." You know.
Yes, that's actually the best case scenario. It will give him the heads up without too much forewarning in case he is not on our side completely.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll watch to make sure no one else shady comes in the door.
So Lampatron is not allowed.
No, I don't think so.
Jesus.
You deserve whatever pain comes to you from that joke. You give Wheeljack a call, and he will give Fixit a call and relay all of the information that you just said. So now Fixit is expecting... is he going to be expecting all of you, or just some of you?
You just keep it vague.
Only need one of us to meet with him.
All right. Who's going to talk to him?
I think Magnum would probably be the best, because you got a pretty decent perception to check out his neck while you're sitting there with him. Am I right?
And you can keep an eye from the corner, too. And have a sparkling personality.
Wildstrike will offer to go then.
That'd be awesome.
Mike, considering our travels from where we had broken out to the Wheeljack meeting, could we have retroactively asked Wheeljack to bring an extra comm and a spare weapon for our good friend?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, if it's a common weapon, then no problems. Whatever weapon that you want, you can have it. Basic tech equipment, stuff like that, comms, all that good stuff, comms, datapad, whatever, if you need that. So pretty much unless it was something very specific and unique or special that you had on you, I'm fine with you having all of your stuff.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything specific that you had that that would be relevant in that case?
No, I had a battery, a comm unit, 2 rifles, and a knife.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
We didn't find like a stack of his stuff on the way out then.
No.
Well, he spent a lot of time in prison. I know he knows how to make a shiv now.
That's true. That's true. All right, so if I can have all those back, then that's fine.
He knows how to make toilet batteries.
It's gonna say like, hey, you got some nice jailhouse detailing in there. Where'd you get that? You know.
Detailing, nice.
He's got like a tear painted on under his eyeball.
No, you know how fighter jets have those
skulls.
Yes. For how many? He's got a few
That's
more
exactly
now.
what I was thinking when I said it. That's awesome.
Nose cone's a little more decorated. So what did you do to? Ooh, that guy. Ooh, I don't want to know.
Now there's a building on the side of you.
Awesome.
2 skyscrapers.
For the audience, see episode whatever that was.
That's I'm sorry. That's just amazing. Like how many buildings do you have on the side of your cockpit now?
It's like skull, building, skull.
All right, that'd be cool if Wildstrike could come with me.
Yeah, Wildstrike will go.
All right, this is how you saunter in a bar. Saunter.
That's how you saunter?
Wait, I haven't started yet.
No, that's how he saunters.
Walk this way.
He gets his footsteps off. I don't know. Right leg first. Damn it. Can I start again?
All right. And what is Carapace doing during this time? So, Sweets, you're at the bar. You two are heading in. Carapace is...
Is there anywhere that I can stay hidden outside and still have like a clear view of both the entrance to the place and the skyline?
Yeah, you can kind of like stay across the street. Maybe you find like an alleyway or something and climb up to the top of like one of the buildings that's like across from it.
Can I make a survival check to kind of find an advantageous position?
You absolutely can, because that's what it's there for, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I have a modified 20, and then stealth to like actually hide.
Yep, go for it.
And that is a 22.
22. All right. So you managed to climb on to the top of a building that's about half a block down, half a block to the south, and you kind of hide yourself within some of the the mechanical equipment on the top of the building.
Okay.
So you have a good view of the front of the building and a good 180 or so of the sky as you are kind of looking at that and up.
Perfect. I got you guys covered.
I'm keeping an eye on the clientele inside.
Okay. If you notice anything suspicious, I will let you know. The bartender, though, is coming over to you and asking what you want to drink.
You know what I haven't had in a real long time? Go ahead and guess.
Cosmopolitan.
The nightmare fuel?
Hold on a second. Turn off the comms for a second. Go ahead and guess.
The nightmare fuel?
You know, you are reading my mind. I'll take one nightmare fuel, please.
All right. Go ahead and get that fortitude save ready. I'll come back to you pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. God damn it. What am I doing here?
You're playing to the crowd is what you're doing.
Oh, by the way, comms back on.
So a jet in a building walk into a bar.
You've been waiting on that one.
Well done.
Man, given Wildstrike history, they're mortal enemies. Feeling very unnerved right now for some reason.
That's why the joke works.
Okay, so down towards the back, you notice that there is a white bot that is kind of trying to hide himself, and from what Sweet Spot had mentioned, you think that is Fixit.
Okay.
Gonna head on down?
Casually.
You just walk casual, right?
Just walk casual.
All casual.
You saunter down to the back.
Hello, Fixit. Good afternoon. Nice weather we're having.
Well, hello. Magnum, I see you are doing better, and you are Wildstrike, if I recall correctly?
That's correct. You're Fixit.
Yes. Please join me. Wheeljack gave me a call a couple hours ago and said that he had something important to discuss. And he just now called me to let me know that I'll be meeting not with him, but with some others. I take it it's you two?
That's correct.
Nice to see you again.
You as well. How is your spark doing? Any problems? Any side effects?
No, I'm perfectly fine. The gnomes almost never bother me anymore.
That's good to know.
And you can see that he's discreetly running like a medical scan on you.
The poor guy. I'll let Wildstrike sit down first, and if he turns to look at Wildstrike as he sits, because he's moving, he probably will, I'll just take a look at the back of his neck and give him as close an exam as I can.
Wildstrike might even fumble a little bit to purposely garner his attention his way.
Give me a perception check then, and Wildstrike, if you want to do a bluff check to aid Magnum's perception, you are welcome to.
Oh, yeah!
+4, almost +6.
Cool.
Ooh.
Now that's a Decepticon.
So, 37.
Damn. You two?
And that's a sensor bay.
Observations is sort of his bag, you know.
Yeah, you are absolutely certain that there is no Cerebro shell on him. At all. Anywhere. You check under the joints, check between everything. You're convinced.
You can just see this playing out.
Fix is like, I feel very invaded suddenly for no reason at all.
Well, considering the fact that he just casually scanned you, I'm actually pleased with his level of paranoia.
Yeah, how's it feel, buddy?
So what is it? What can I help you with? Wheeljack was very vague. He actually had used a, I don't even know if I should tell you this, but he used an old Autobot code to indicate that he was in distress, and he needed to speak to me at once. What is it that I can help you with?
Have you ever seen one of these? And I'll motion to Magnum to get the device out.
I'll pull out one of the intact Cerebro shells.
He He takes it from you, looks at it, examines it for a moment, looks straight at you, Magnum.
Yes, I have.
And we'll see you next time.
Oh,
Really?
Bum, bum,
Oh.
This is Circuit reporting for the Iacon newsfeed with breaking news on this day, 6th Cycle 04. Empire of Rust was created, written, and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Carapace is played by Patrick Finn. Wildstrike the Decepticon is played by Mike M. Rex, Blazer, Grazer, and Laser are played by Rob Muller. Pythagoras and Magnum are played by Matthew G., and Adame Chu plays Sweet Spot, junior representative of Velocitron. Stay up to the nanosecond on all the latest news on Cybertron and beyond by tuning into the Transmissions Network. Please support our show by going to transmissionspodcast.com/rust. Until next time, Cybertron, this is Circuit signing off.